Really make just wait to schedule the appraisal. You know, just hold it
Oh,
off.
so what Anthony said was, if you know that there's a house, if you saw one that's under contract and it's closing next week or in 2 weeks, try to hold off the appraiser coming out until that comp closes, and then you have that, then he can use that comp.
You're better off delaying that transaction a week.
Sometimes if you just tell the appraiser that it's going to close in a week, he'll call the listing agent and try to get the price.
Yes, true.
They
So a
have
lot of-
done that, yeah.
that's very good advice, Virginia. A lot of good appraisers will try to, will call agents, even on homes like 3 months ago, 6 months ago. A good agent will, a good appraiser will do his due diligence and get as much information as possible.
Is it a problem if we do give them the price? The appraiser?
What do you mean if you give them the price?
Like if it hasn't sold, if it hasn't sold yet and he calls and asks.
you know,
Yeah.
oh.
I would ask the lawyer in this.
Listen, I would, if you know it, I would tell him, because again, if he's a good appraiser, he's going to call that agent and get some information. Could you verify that home, I know you can't tell me the price, but can you verify? I've had appraisers do that. Can you
I've had them
verify
call
if
me that,
it's,
yeah.
5% over or 10% over, and they'll do something like that, just, in the meantime.
Worry about him going back.
Right, he wants to help you he should want to help you get to your number. That should be his goal. So, anyway. So Christina, are you out of the hospital, Christina?
No.
Oh my God. I love it. Oh my God, that's the freaking best. Oh,
Yeah, like my husband gave birth.
isn't that
I
beautiful?
pushed for hours.
Dan pushed for hours. What a team player you are, Dan. Dan, I know you went over some bumpy roads on your way there. That I do know, okay?
No one else ever complained about nothing.
Yes, exactly. Do you hear that? Eric said no one else could ever complain about not making the meeting.
Thanks, Christina. Show off.
Yeah.
I was literally getting the epidural and submitting a contract to attorneys. They're like, you need to put your computer down now.
That's my girl. That's my girl. I love it. That is so funny.
Yeah, that's dedication to the whole.
Yes, yes, that is amazing. Do not estimate the power of a woman or a mother. Okay, ever, people, ever.
The baby's
If a man, if a man had to endure delivering a baby,
I feel attacked.
that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
There'll be no more babies.
Yeah, there'll be no more babies. We would have stopped reproducing years and years and years ago. Yes, yes. And they would not be doing a contract while they were doing it, because they'd be too busy moaning and complaining, so they wouldn't have time. Why don't I have a lot of men in my office meetings? I can't figure out why.
Everybody's signing off.
Everybody, all the men are signing off. It's just become a woman.
What's Joe McDonald's?
HR is that way.
Hang on, right.
So anyway, congrats, Christina. Amazing. You're
Thank you.
amazing. And thank you everybody for attending this morning. It's so fun. Like my view right now is so amazing because I have so many agents in front of me, which is obviously so great to see finally. It's really, really awesome. So thank you guys for coming in. So usually I have my quote of the week, right now. So I'm going to share Ryan Dawson's quote of the week. So I shared this yesterday, obviously on Facebook, so I know a lot of you seen it, but I thought it was a good time to bring it up. Let me just get,
Oh, yeah.
I want to have it on my phone so I can read it properly, and of course, it wasn't that good, so, okay. So I won't read the whole beginning, but it's about him staying with Weicker. Most agents, when they leave, they announce where they are and they announce their new brokerage. So he's he wanted to announce he's staying where he is. And these are the reasons why. And I think it's good for all of us once in a while, just to remember why we aligned ourselves with Riker and our brokerage years ago, right? Because we forget that. We forget a lot of things in life, personal life, right? And in our business life. So I just thought it was a great reminder, and he brought up a lot of great points. It was really well written. So moving is hard, very hard. Who has the time? I'm so busy now. I'm picking and choosing who I'm working with. This is the busiest spring market I've ever seen. I'm too worried about returning an email or voicemail, let alone changing companies. I enjoy the people I work with. I go to the office every day. Being around people you like and respect makes a difference. Seeing someone selling more houses than me makes me motivated to sell more houses. Don't understand what virtual offices are working from home. If you're in sales, you need interaction with your peers. I have a physical office with high visibility. My business is community-based. I've strived to be a trusted voice in the communities I work in. You can't do that if your office is on the 4th floor of Building 5, Suite 212. I'm right on Madison Avenue, right? So it's the truth. All these things that we don't realize. And if anyone, for those of you who know Ryan, he's quite a character, right? Ryan Dawson is quite a character, and he's very vocal in everything he has to say, good, bad, or ugly. It's always, he tells it as it is.
Did he die in his dog?
Oh, yeah. Did he die his dog? Apparently he did. I didn't notice that. I have parking. Yep, lots of it. For me, my clients, and my guests, no need to circle for spot, feed the meter, or risk getting a parking ticket. I have almost 18 years of contacts. I know almost every manager, VP, senior VP, executive in the company. That has huge value to me and my clients. You can't duplicate that. I've worked hard for it. I booked $4 million in business from a referral from a Wygert manager in 1 year, a manager I've never met, but I'm friends with on Facebook. The Wygert network is huge. It's a trusted brand in the real estate area I work in around since 1969. Everyone knows my company. This allows me to focus on me when selling my value proposition and less time selling my company. I have my own office, not just an office, a big one with a fireplace. That's not functional anymore, but I inserted an electric one and it's cozy in the winter. I can't duplicate that in a cubicle. I also tend to be a hoarder, so I need all the space I can get. I have lots of support where I am, in the office and at corporate headquarters. I have a computer issue, call tech hotline. Need help with marketing piece, call my marketing department. Insurance, title, mortgage questions or issues, everything is a phone call away. Not only a phone call, but local. I have a great percentage split, yet I work for a full service company. Sure, this benefits me, but it benefits my clients just as well. Wygert handles everything, yet still pays a competitive agent take home split or percentage, I'm sorry. The color yellow, like it or not, my broker's branding is the brightest yellow you've ever seen. Some people don't like it, me, I love it. My clients' listings get the attention they deserve, my signs get many eyes on them, and my name and face become a knowing brand in the community. Drive around town and look, whose sign stands out. Although I've been tempted to change my photo for something newer, my modern and more current, LOL, why would I? It works. People know my picture, my bow tie, my marketing. Weekly, I send out several hundred mailers. My average ROI is 1 transaction. Starting over with new colors, fonts, and logos just seems silly. I do well because I'm consistent. Same neighborhood, same message, same style. Tech, okay, here's a funny one. Agents love to throw this term around like it's a magic pill. My company has a state-of-the-art contact management system, online tools, trainings. Every broker has its shiny new penny. Until you master your current resources, picking up to go elsewhere is counterproductive, right? For some reason, agents think the other one is going to be easier to use, so I'm just going to go there, and that it's going to magically work. That's not how it happens. Especially when I have everything I need here and I don't have the time to master it. Inspiration. I always tend to ask myself, what would Jim Wygert do? We're a real estate company founded by real estate people. Salespeople are a certain breed. I won't say any comments. I respect anyone who wakes up every morning to prospect, be rejected, and abused. Until you know the process, the exhaustion, and the rewards, leading a company of self-employed realtors isn't for the faint of heart. Motivation and inspiration gets me up from defeat to say next. It's a family company. There's just something special about that. It feels good working for some place with a soul, not a board of directors, not shareholders, not investors. Just like any family you have, you take the good with the bad. I have a yellow shed in the parking lot of my office. Where else could I do that? I have years of signs, of for sale signs, open house signs, and other stuff I just don't have the room for. 8 directional signs for every open house is a lot, especially when you and your team are doing several each weekend. So this is my big announcement. I'll be back in the office tomorrow. Same desk, same chair, same phone number. Give me a call. So I thought that was really, it is really, really great. And I'm not sure, like, because if it was me and I were you, I probably wouldn't have read the whole thing, right? I would have like skimmed through it, right? Because we just don't. So that's why I thought it was important to read it. And just let you know. So why is this coming out right now? Well, some of you know, and some of you don't know. Jackie Scarra left and she went to Compass. So it's a new company that came out with shareholders and board of directors and all those things. And they're paying a lot of money right now to get the top agents into their office, right? So their short-term plan is, you know, they're not afraid to spend a lot of money, right? To get people in because they just became public and have billions of dollars. Their long-term plan is to get market share. So if they don't make money in 10 years, then they're okay with that. So it's a hard, you know, the agents that they're going after, the top agents, you know, giving them a lot of money, it's sometimes hard for them to pass by. They're not looking at, but again, when you think about short picture and long picture, right? The short term is getting that money right away. The long term is their branding's being wiped from them. There's so much stuff, right? So I wish Jackie the best, obviously. I know everybody wishes Jackie the best. And I just wanted to let everybody know, but that came out yesterday and it was so appropriate for me letting you guys know. She doesn't want me to let anybody know, by the way, but I have to let everybody know because we're an office, we're a team, and that's the way it is. She's not ready to make any announcements yet. So anyway, just wanted to share that. And I thought that was so well written and so timely for sure. And I think that's where, you know, Ryan's sentiments were coming from, not Jackie, but other agents that he's seen changing over.
Just makes it new space at the time.
Yep. So just some things to remind you of. We are in a seller's market, right, guys? And so we are working with a lot of buyers and we're getting frustrated and they're getting frustrated. So make sure you're finding a buyer property with the property form. Make sure you're taking the time to sit down with them and get to understand what they need, right? And where they want to go. Because if you really understand that, it will help huge moving forward in the future with that, okay? This market is unbelievably crazy. We see it every single day. The amount of offers that are coming in, you know, I worked with an agent's daughter in the office yesterday. There are multiple, I think there were 6 offers on a $1.2 million home. I heard from another agent the other day, they had 10 offers on a $1.8 million home and got $100,000 over. I don't even think 100,000 is a lot for a $1.8 million home because we're seeing that on $500,000 homes and $600,000 homes, right? So it's every price point. It's every, you know, we've never seen this before. For years, we didn't even see $1 million homes move. So again, just a reminder to you to control the inventory. You have the opportunity. You can control your business and the inventory. So make sure you're reaching out and getting all the information.
Where's that?
I will send this form to everybody when I send the meeting slides out. And it just goes through. And then we also have on Weichert, my Weichert, sorry, I have a buyer letter. So if you truly have a buyer in a neighborhood, you should be reaching out to that neighborhood, right? You can go into Cole Realty Resource. You can go into truepeople.com. I hear a lot of great opportunities. And guys, if you learn Remind on GSMLS, it's the GSMLS just added that. You can get people's numbers easily. That's where the ones who are going on Remind now are getting all of the phone numbers that they need and correct ones.
Do you have to pay for that or sign up for that?
You have to sign up for classes
Or Remind?
for Remind to learn, but it's part of GSMLS. It's not an extra fee. So they added on about a month and a half ago, and I know I've seen classes. I've been trying to get in a class. I haven't seen any recently, but I might have to go onto Remind maybe and see if I can find a class. I was trying to do it through GSMLS because that's where they were being offered at first. But it's a way to get phone numbers. So learn it. It's a great, great resource.
Is there anybody here that does NJMLS? That could help I had it for forever. And I don't use it. I used it once, but I don't know. Yeah, so because when I went to work for classes, it was like they shortened it from 45 minutes to 15.
So maybe, I know Vin's very good at that. I'll see who else is, and maybe we can do a training for you guys for NJMLS. I'm not really well versed. Yeah, the question was if anyone was really well versed at NJMLS that could do a training, because a lot of the agents, we have a lot of agents in our office now who are members of NJMLS, and it is a lot more complex than our GSMLS. I always say GSMLS is a lot more antiquated, but with that, we don't get the fines and fees and craziness that we get with the other MLSs like NJMLS and Hudson. The fines are ridiculous, so you have to take the good with the bad. And so if anybody then would like to do a training on NJMLS, please let me know.
Thank you, Ben.
So here's another great marketing piece by Buyers Love Your Neighborhood marketing program. So again, this is something that Weikert's put together for you guys. There are door hangers, there are cards, there are postcards, everything that you need if you have a client looking in a neighborhood. Don't just be reactive and sit around every day going on to MLS and waiting for that house to pop up. Be proactive and go into the neighborhoods that your clients are looking for and be the neighborhood expert. So when that person or that seller is ready to sell, you know exactly what's going on, and you can help your buyer get in sooner. Because a lot of sellers to this day still want a lot of people transit through their home, right? There's some people, I heard of someone the other day who said that their daughter, one of the sellers' daughters has an autoimmune system. So there's these things that people have and they want to get it sold as quickly as possible. So again, don't just assume that everybody wants to put on the market and have 100 offers in. Some people just want to get a good offer and just want the home sold. So all these resources for you to control the market and control the inventory. So Anthony, I put you in early today.
Morning, right? Good morning. That's it, huh?
He's coming closer. He's coming closer.
Big day today, Fed's meeting, so, let me see what happens today, so,
Oh, I didn't put that slide in. I did.
That's okay.
put-
Sorry, I was trying to talk through it. So Fed's meeting today, a lot of stuff we've been talking about for several months around inflation. We're gonna see what's kind of going on. Did anybody see lumber is kind of really coming down recently, right? It was
Oh, thank you,
down
God.
from
Not that much.
1,700 to
Yeah, but it's
1,000.
still way.
We're gonna see those numbers come down a lot
I
real
hope
soon.
so.
Because people are starting to hoard it, so that's why it's still up in price. A lot of people actually selling it on the side.
It's
pretty
sad.
crazy secondary world that we're seeing.
So lumber is now toilet paper, guys.
Yeah, right. It's
If you have the chance to buy it, stock up.
You look like on eBay and like Facebook and some people are actually trying to sell.
Yep.
Lots of them.
Yep.
Well, that's what's going on
It's in the
here.
middle of that.
Those of you who don't know, you use cameras. Have it.
But lot of noise today. So we're gonna see what happens because there's a lot of mortgage-backed securities, which drives a lot with interest rates. They've been buying $120 billion a month right now. As far as that, they might slow that down. If that's the case, you might start seeing rates go up a little bit. If that's the case, you said might see some home prices start coming down a little bit come fall. So we'll kind of see how things start to go as far as what they're projecting as far as going on. But President White Financial actually put this together recently. And, we've been talking about this on our own meetings and just what strategies are and stuff. It's more kind of just a refresher. We have some people in the office, some people maybe haven't seen anything like that, but, we were talking before, Tara was mentioning, what are we doing on offers, appraisals, how we're kind of standing out, what are we doing from a due diligence standpoint? It's really, really important. Obviously in this market, every buyer is facing competition, as you know. Can't afford to make your offer stand out, having an advantage on your side. Here's what we need to do to help your buyer stand out from the competition. Now, anybody that's been working with me, I just got off the phone with a listing agent 2 minutes before the meeting started. I'm asking my agents if they're working with me, when you're sending over that contract, CC me on the offer. I could then reply to the agent. Is there anything you need to know? What do you need to know about me if I've never worked with them before? That stuff is really critical. How could we close faster? We need to close slower. What's the tipping point for your customer as far as the seller at? Agent called me and goes, I just want to go over a couple things. I know we've worked on a bunch of loans in the past, so I know that you're going to get the loan done. That stuff's super important right now in this market. And it's weird because they have another offer on the table. So hopefully we'll be able to put that together because, again, we're trying to build that rapport early on versus just a number kind of floating over on an email somewhere. So that stuff's really, really, really important. Make sure your buyers are pre-approved. There's so many pre-approvals run out for companies I've never even heard of and seen before, just because a customer went online at 11 o'clock at night. It's really, really, really important. Making sure you're going over your contingencies with your buyers early on. When I do pre-approvals, I'm explaining to the buyer what the landscape of the market looks like. You're going to go into competition with appraisal waivers. What does that mean, Anthony? It doesn't mean you just waive the appraisal because that's what you're being told to do. You have to understand the functionalities on what may or may happen if a house doesn't appraise and what your options may or may not be. Same thing with inspections. Are we just kind of waiving everything but leaving the real important stuff there? Clients need to know going in what's going to happen when it comes to that. Even if a client's pre-approved with another company, knowing that you have me and I've never let anybody down here, I've said this before, from a qualification standpoint, let me qualify the buyer. Let me just put another rubber stamp on it and say, listen, you're running with a real buyer. Anybody they speak to, they'll qualify and buy, whether they use me or not. Because I hate hearing the stories that, I was working with a buyer for 4 months, we made an offer, they submitted the loan, and the loan got denied because of blah, blah, blah. And it's awful because in this market, you have to be working with buyers that are buying houses, not ones that are just looking at them and making offers. That's super critical. We can call the listing agent, which is what I just said a couple seconds ago. Personal phone calls, huge. I'm picking up the phone. So anything you need, I sent that email. Those deals are helping me win transactions. Obviously, if you guys don't want me to call, that's fine too as well. But I'd love to do that stuff. It's really important. We get documents really early on in the transaction, so we know where the clients are qualified. It's really, really, really important that way too. Fast closings, long closings, whatever kind of works for the client. Everybody's facing competition. You can't afford to make an offer without having every advantage on your side. Use the additional actions you can help with prospective borrower that help stand out. Suggest the buyer will pay for a home warranty. We talked about this too as well before, right? If there's something maybe funky, strange about the house, it will give someone just thought, maybe to jump off that next step, offer that warranty. It might be super huge. Allow the sellers to stay in a house for up to 30 days. We're seeing people do that and actually even waiving the cost. Usually there's a per day fee or a 30-day cost for someone to stay there. Some people are like, listen, stay for free. We'll pay for that too as well. A little scary, right? But people are doing it. It's one of those things that, you gotta have those conversations when you're doing those. What people are willing to do at that. Appraisal contingency, we just talked about this. Waiving a portion of them or waiving the entire amount. Tara mentioned that, our clients were willing to buy on their sale was $10,000 they were going to do. So there's not like a set amount. It could be any variation that you want to do. So that stuff is, again, trying to come up with a different formula that would work for you and sellers or buyers. And then waiving home inspection contingencies. We're seeing that like almost every single deal right now where the inspection is kind of just a fact finder for your buyer, right? But they're willing to just waive that entirely and they're just working on, the fact of more of health and structural and things of that nature and stuff like that. Low appraisals, again, not to pick on you, Tara, but everybody has their concerns and stuff like that regarding low appraisals right now because the data is just not catching up to what's kind of going on. This was something that we used some months back. But again, just as a refresher, you got a $400,000 purchase price and the property is listed for $380,000. Buyers willing to go $20,000 above. They were putting 20% down, which is 80 grand. Mortgage is $320,000. The loan to value is 80% of the purchase price of $400,000. Mortgage payments $1,350. The P&I is the principal and interest of that, right? Let's say the appraisal comes in at the full, the list price, which is $380,000. So it's $20,000 short. Then what are your customers' options? The deal's not dead. They are able to kind of move forward with this. The right gives you your solution, right? Your down payment still is all in at $80,000. The mortgage still remains at $320,000 plus the $20,000 from the offer on the above appraised. It's still $80,000 in pocket. The loan to value changes from 80 to 84%, right? But the mortgage company is going to take the lower of the appraised value always on appraisal. So just keep that always in mind. If you're not familiar with that, if a house appraises for lower, we're always going to go up the lower of those two numbers as far as number. We can always add some a little bit of private mortgage insurance. You're better qualified buyers with great credit scores. The P&I is negligible alone. It's a taxable write-off for them too. And it's on there for like on an 84% loan to value, a couple of years. And they still are not coming out of pocket thousands and thousands of dollars more. Their payments slightly higher, but to still be able to keep that house over $55 a month could be really huge for them versus putting their search out there, right? They've already paid for inspections and appraisals. Let's say they're on the hook already for $1,000, $1,500. Well, if they move forward, and let's say they spend $55 over a 2-year period before the PMI falls off, you're washing that money. It's negligible at that point. So, again, having, someone explain all these things to a client is really, really, really important. And then the PMI, like I said, falls off when you get to that 20% position in the property. And some of the other deals where it's a longer period of time, if rates are still good and equity's going up, customers can refinance too as well. So, I mean, there's so many great ways to be able to save deals. Obviously, when there's more equity coming down on a down payment, there's a lot more flexibility. When you have an FHA deal of 3.5% or a conventional 3 or 5%, the options become a little bit less. And that's why when we're competing with our transactions, why we're losing only about 3% buyer or 5% buyer and someone's like 20, 30% down. They just know that if someone's overpaying, there's just a little bit more movement there. Options. And as you can see on the very bottom there, the cost on that is $1,300. They already spent that much money on inspections. They're going to forego that on this transaction to only repay that again on the next deal on that end. So, we got to break that stuff down. Waiving the appraisal contingencies. That's kind of what we were just kind of chatting about on that. And then just a quick overview on rates. So I don't want to take too much of everybody's time. Everybody always sees these rates published out there. Fannie Mae's promoting rates, Freddie Mac promoting rates. If you always look at the fine print, it's always with points. It's always a base rate. What is a base rate? It's kind of their floor rate as far as where the rate is before any add-ons. Add-ons meaning if someone has a higher or lower credit score, they can adjust that rate, right? Depending on the borrower's down payment, they can adjust that rate. Depending on the type of financing and loan sizes, it could adjust that rate too as well. So those are those base start rates that you're seeing, and then each individual customer could change that dramatically, right, up or down. So that stuff's really important to know when you're kind of, dealing with that or what people are seeing physically online. Because I get that stuff all the time. People send me a snippet of what they're seeing on some kind of online website. And I'm like, I know, but that's, just for what they're advertising has nothing to do with your profile.
What's the base rate now for 30 years?
I mean, you're probably in the high 2s, low 3s right now, depending. It depends every day. I mean, the market's been really crazy. Every day it's literally a seesaw back and forth, just depending on what's kind of happening right now. So it's pretty crazy, And it depends. I mean, a lot of times people are willing to pay points. People are advertising with paying points too as well. And that's what I'm kind of getting. A lot of times, a lot of deals, they're always coming with some fine print, additional fees and costs and stuff. And I go through this stuff with all our clients. What are your options? You're going to be there a long time. Hey, we can give you a cheaper payment, pay a little bit more in additional fees up front, but it'll help you thousands and thousands of dollars down the road. So these things are all kind of available for buyers and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is just getting them in early because consultatively versus just throwing a payment or rate out or going online and getting a pre-approval. It's not worth the paper it's written on sale. I tried to qualify a customer yesterday. She was pre-approved for $380,000 from an online company. She'd never been spoken to them before. She just entered in and got an email back. Agent's been running with that for months, but she's like, I'm a little concerned. I've been trying to get into it for a while. She wants to make an offer. She's a $250 qualified offer. That's $130,000 properties they've been looking at. And again, I'm like, listen, is there anything you entered in on your online site that you didn't tell me? No, this is what I make. I'm like, not big family, child support, any other fixed income, anybody else that you coach. No, this is it. You don't qualify. And it's sad because now you're spending all that time and now you got to restart everything. And soon as you're telling her, well, you have to kind of change gears or look at a different market. It's like, whoa, I was only thinking of this market in this area. So that stuff's just really important. All right, we got a survey real quick. We'll get this through. Virginia Dennis, right?
So remember, guys, you're now getting entries into the grand opening celebration we're having in July. So please put your answers on the chat box. You can call them out, but we're only counting what you have on the chat box, okay? And we're checking the time.
Hey, final answer. Hey, final answer.
Everybody has a pen. Everybody has a pen.
What are we doing with this?
You're gonna put your answer, what you think your answer is. And then you win.
So according to
Hey,
Core Logic,
mark me down for A.
approximately how much did the equity of homeowners increase in the first quarter of this
Oh, I
year?
just threw it over there.
A, 100 billion, B, 500 billion, C, 900 billion, or D, 1.9 trillion.
Oh, God, that was good.
I'm changing my answer. B, final answer.
What was that, Dennis?
B, final answer.
Change it to
B.
B.
You get like a free sign or something.
Dennis, have you not learned your lesson? Have you not learned your lesson?
What's the answer?
B,
I don't even know, so, wait, we're still writing it down here. Hold on, Lonnie, hold on. You have to submit it, yes, you have to submit it. Let me see. This is too stressful for me.
This is the hard
Too
one.
stressful for you, Deb, you're in big trouble in real estate. Lonnie, I'm trying to look and see what your answer is.
Did mine come through?
Patty,
Yes.
Carlos, Lori,
I
Virginia.
can't tell. Did mine come through?
Yes,
did
Okay.
mine come through?
I didn't see yours, Dennis. Which one of yours?
Yeah, right, Dennis, but
One.
Dennis, it better be in writing. It better be in writing.
How do I send it? Save chat? I don't know. I don't know how to use this chat. Just enter. There you go.
Yeah.
B, B, final answer.
Hey, Dennis, could you tell us one more time? I can do that.
All right, are we ready, guys?
The answer is D, 1.9.
D.
I was gonna say that. Damn. I
Lonnie
was gonna
just,
say that.
Did anybody have it?
Anybody have D?
So the
Peter
answer
had D, Peter had
Wow.
D. Peter had D.
Did anybody have D?
That was the ridiculous answer, so usually you would mark that one off.
Let's see
but
on
now
here.
that one's too far off.
Nope, just Peter.
Dennis is answering.
Wait, Peter got it?
Peter got it.
Yeah,
You got an entry. And you were the only winner.
So what? Making the rest of us feel really
Oh,
bad.
but so what the entries are for, sorry, what the entries are for is we're having a grand reopening celebration
My post.
in
My post.
July. What's the date? July 21st. And
In
Anthony.
the front
and
pocket.
are all
Front
out there-
pocket.
Wait, somebody's talking. So I'm gonna mute you guys.
Sorry, Missy. I think that's me.
Cheryl, can you mute yourself? Cheryl's here from the shore. Another one.
Yes, I
You
just
guys have
muted
a
myself.
lot to
Sorry.
Step up for, guys, in the future. You have a lot to step up for. So we're doing, and so Anthony and our All Under One Roof team had already chosen this date. We're gonna do the Christmas in July, where you bring a toy for the toy drive for December, right? We found that's a better time of the year for most people. And he had hired a food truck, hot dogs and ices. And so we decided, because July 12th now is the grand reopening of Weicker in a whole, like corporate headquarters office or corporate headquarters and all that, that we just like sort of put ourselves in on him, whether he liked it or not, unfortunately. So we're gonna also have more food. We'll get some food catered. We're gonna be outside. We'll have some games. And then the entries that we're doing now are being collected and put aside for then, and we're gonna pick out names and we're gonna give out, open house signs, branded open house signs and branded stick in the ground signs and all that kind of stuff that you guys need and want for your marketing. So that's what we're doing each week. We decided to make it fun rolling up to July 21st. And Stephanie's going to announce some other things that could get you entries until then. So we're hoping to have hundreds and hundreds of entries from you guys by the time that happens. And we're just trying to make the most fun of it for the summertime. So Yeah, it doesn't. So, no questions on that. Let me move on. You gotta get this thing moving again. Okay. This is for our office. Yes, this is something we're doing. Yep. So some office updates. So spoiler alert. Christina made it on the meeting this morning. So congratulations to Christina and Dan and her family on their new addition and their fourth son, Brandon, who is 18 inches and 7 pounds. And he's been wanting to get out for like the last few weeks. Like he's, he did not want to stay any longer. So,
How
huh?
big is he?
7 pounds, 18
She
inches.
almost made it the whole time, right?
She almost made it.
Almost,
Yes, yeah, she almost made it, but
Really, trying to get out of there 2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
so they're a beautiful family and have a great addition. So, and she's still working really, really hard. So there is no excuses for anybody. You can have Christina to thank for that. I'll be talking about that for a long, long time. You know how I can repeat myself over and over again. New property listing email. So, you know, I mean, someone posted on Facebook last week that they weren't getting the new listing email. And I've heard that in the past. Some people stop getting it, then they get it again, and they stop getting it. So I don't know why that is. But what I do know is I do get it every day, and I was sending it to Silvana every day anyway, because she doesn't get it because she's not an agent and she likes to cross-check you guys.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So I'm now just forwarding mine every single day. So everybody should be getting it regardless. Maybe some of you are getting it twice. I think Marissa told me she wasn't getting it, and once I started sending it, now she is getting it. So I don't understand.
About a year and a half ago, and I called tech support, and they told me to look in my junk mail, and if they were going to my junk mail. So
Oh, yeah,
pulled it
I
out.
did. That's the first thing we had said, to look in your
Yeah.
junk mail, but some people said it still wasn't there. But yeah, that would be your first
That always
thought.
straightens it out for me.
Yeah.
before it happens next time.
Yeah. So then Deb Pollock had asked me, because when I shared the first day I shared the listings with everybody, new listing she had and new listing I had were different. So she's like, why do we have different new listings? So then Stephanie looked into it and realized that whatever towns you have set up on your website are the ones that you're going to get. So she went in and put all in, so now I get all the towns. So I had specific towns checked off. So again, if you're getting different ones than I'm sending you, that's the reason why. It's the areas that you chose on your website, those are the ones that you're going to get versus having all of them.
That's
So
not good. Because you don't want to put them all on your website, you're gonna be bombarded with maybe stuff.
I don't know that you'll ever be bombarded, but yeah. But yeah, so reach out to Stephanie, sit with her, see what you have, see what you don't have, and you can look into it. But that was the difference. It was because of the searches I had. So just wanted to go over the state of the market. NAR just put out a new report, an updated report. So I thought it was, you know, always interesting to share with you. And again, it's a lot. You probably have to go through this on your own time, just because it's very busy the way they put it together. But new contracts and new listings rose at nearly the same pace during the past 4 weeks. So we are seeing new listings come on, but that's not slowing down the pace of homes going under contract or receiving contracts, right? But when we see the amount of homes on the market, we are seeing more homes coming on, right? It's usually this time of the year that we do see it. And again, we're not going to be anywhere near where we're used to. So just keep that all in perspective. But it is more than we have seen, you know, in the beginning of the year. Weekly housing market monitor, median existing home sale prices up 19% from 1 year ago, as properties typically sold in 15 days. So again, 19% they're seeing from year over year. So what I'm telling clients, you know, when I talk to your clients on your behalf, you know, I'm telling them that, you know, there's some of them still are so focused on, I don't want to overpay. I don't want to overpay, so I don't want to go over. And I'm like, you're not overpaying. We're not in a housing market bubble this time. What happened in the mid 2000s was different than was happening here. We were in a financial crisis then. We are not in a financial crisis now, and that's the big difference. So basically, we are underappreciated from where we were back then. So if you look at home prices in 2016, when they were at the height, and you look at what most homes are at now, they're back there or higher. So we're 16 years, you know, 15 years from that time. So we have been undervalued all this time. We never came back up to that time. So you really have to let them know that and explain that to them. We are undervalued and we're just getting it back up to the value we're supposed to be. And basically, where you are, if you put an offer in a home now, by the time properties are closing, your home has already appreciated. It's so true. And so this house, whether you get it or not, whoever gets it, whatever price they pay becomes the new comp in that neighborhood. So now you're not only not paying this price that you don't want to pay now, you're paying higher, and it's going to be in multiple offers that one is going to go. So again, they have to understand the repercussions of waiting in this market. They're not going to get a better deal. This is the best time for them to buy right now because interest rates are still really, really crazy low, and we don't know when that's going to change. So really now is the time for everybody to buy, but so that overpay, you need to change that mindset from them. Nobody's overpaying on a house right now. Nobody's overpaying, but they don't realize that, right? Because they just see these homes going over and over. So that's, again, getting back to the beginning, controlling your inventory is making sure you have this conversation with your buyer at the beginning when they're thinking logically and not emotionally once they found that house that they love. Because then they're not hearing you the same way as they would when you're talking to them, and they don't have a house in mind, right? So Weichert average sales price history, okay, at the highest price right now in history, 484,000 is our average selling price, okay? And they started this in January of 2001 is probably when they were able to start keeping notes of it, whatever the word I'm trying to say, and documenting it. And now, look at May 2021, it's off the chart. It's just unbelievable. So again, it's always good to see because a lot of us who have been in the business a long time or have bought houses a long time ago, whatever the case may be, and know different time frames with interest rates and home prices, it's always good to have that chart to really see where we were and where we've come to. 30-year mortgage rates fell below 3%, resulting in lower mortgage payment per prior week. So again, the mortgage rates, like Anthony said, are in the high 2s, low 3s still. And I mentioned to you, when I bought my first house in 1988, the interest rates at the time were 12%, and I worked for a bank, and I got it for 8%. And I thought that was the best rate you could ever get. Imagine 8%, like I just can't even imagine now. So it's just, again, it's all relative. So here's interest rate history from 2018 to today. So the highest we were at was at 5%, and to the lowest here at 2.27, like just incredible. So did I already read this one? Yes, I did. Okay. So I'm here in body, but not in spirit. So what we're trying to do is get people back into the office again. So we want the back to normal barometer and see what people are doing now that they weren't doing in the last few months. We know for the last year, right? So I know this looks a little crazy, but once you really set your eyes on it, it makes a lot of sense. So obviously yellow, more people are visiting retail stores again, more people are visiting doctor's office, if you can see in the light blue, visiting a dentist's office, attend an open house for a home sale is green. So that was this one over here, right? So if you see the difference in the last year, attend a conference or a convention, take a cruise, stay at a hotel, take a timeshare vacation or stay at a timeshare vacation resort. So people are getting out more, people are doing more than they've been. So slowly and safely, we're all getting back out. And then this is, what was this one for? Oh, open houses, attending open houses. So the average open house attendance in the green, and then attending an open house. Let me move you guys. For sale, okay? So open house attendance is getting higher and higher, as we know, right? Anyone who has an open house, someone on one of our meetings last week said that their agent had 100 people through this past weekend when I was at my manager's meeting last week. And I don't remember who, I think it was Hamburg actually. So not even a place where you would think was close to the city or anything that we normally think would attract a lot of people. But now buyers are going everywhere. they're going to the places where it's more reasonable and they're getting more for their money because they're working from home. So they don't have to worry about traveling like they used to.
How would you even keep track of that? Like, 100 people for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
40
it's
hours?
just, well, you have to have multiple people. So what agents are doing now is they're having multiple people, someone to sign people in, 2 people in the house. So they already are aware that they're gonna have a lot of people. But what I'm really, really, I don't want to say the word upset, because that's not right, but disappointed, is that our office, we're giving away open houses to other offices right now. We have more agents than any other office in our area, any other office. Yet we have to give our open houses away because no one wants to do an open house anymore. And that has, but you know who's doing open houses? All the top agents. All the top agents are still consistently doing the open houses, but I can't get anyone else to do open houses. Literally, we gave away to Mendham. Mendham has like 40 agents in their office, so they don't have the inventory we have. Like, we're so fortunate to have the inventory that we have, even though it's lower, and we can't get the agents to do it. And that's where new agents will find their first piece of business all the time. It's just the way it is. And it's where you build relationships. People see you in the community all the time. It just builds your presence. It's just one of those activities that you have to do. And like I said, look at all the top agents. They still consistently do it. They're always doing open houses. So I don't want to give away open houses. Like, it breaks my heart to give away open houses when we have so many agents here that doing it. And remember, you can do it on a Saturday. You don't have to do it on a Sunday. You can do it during the week. Like, you have options. Just make sure you're taking advantage of that. So touring a home for sale. So again, we're above average in people touring homes again. So everything, all of our numbers are up. Everything is, we're seeing, a influx of people going out, people doing things, people getting back out to normal, even in the office. Right now, we have the most people we've had for an office meeting inside, but we're also seeing that during the week. So during the week, there's times when there's a lot of agents here, and then there's times there's no agents here, but we're definitely more activity in the office, which is really, really great. So just again, to keep you up to date with Weichert Workforce Mobility, Tractor Supply Company and Cobra and Kim have recently joined us. And these are all Fortune 500 companies. We may not know them because they may not be prominent in our area, but they've chosen to work with Weichert, right? They've made that decision when they can really work with anybody. And so our franchise update. So right now we're in 41 states. So I think I've told you before what Jim does is he goes across the country this way and builds, and he goes back this way. And now he's starting his way back this way again. So out of 386 offices that are sold, 373 are opened right now. So the other ones are just going through whatever they need to get settled. And they have 7,058 agents, and again, in 41 states. The Weichert 21st annual charity outing is back. I'm so scared because we have not raised a penny. And usually me and Silvana start that now in like September. Once the other one ends, we start it for the new year. But they are doing it. It's Thursday, August 19th, 2021. And it's a great event. If anybody's ever attended, it's really unbelievable. I don't know if anyone here likes to golf. They do painting. It's really amazing. They do a beautiful, beautiful job. So we'll talk about more of that in the next few weeks, how we're going to move forward with getting that up and going. But it is going to be back again. And then this is something I just wanted to share with you. This is something that Jim Weichert has had on his desk since the 1980s. And this is how he runs his business. And so this is something I want to share with you, which I didn't bring it over here, but I have one in my office now. And it's just, again, this is good for anybody when you're trying to solve a problem or if there's something that you want to accomplish, this implementation cycle is the way to do it. So again, we go through this. It's just something you can look at, and I have it in my office and I can make copies for you, but this is how he's run his business for the last 40 something years. This is Jim Weichert. This is like literally a metal thing that is fixed to his desk that helps him grow his business and, be the person that he is today. So Stephanie. I think anyone, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. So I just wanted to show you a quick note. So moving forward, the Thursday my Wycliffe sessions are gonna be at 1 o'clock instead of 10 because now we have the fall session at 10:30. So I'm just switching that up. So tomorrow is 9 and 12 for the MTS workshop, and next week my in-house training is at 1. I'm sorry, well. I'm
You're
sorry.
low. You guys are low.
Sorry.
You and you.
What? It's hard to know where to talk.
I know. Over here.
So my training's moving forward. Is that better? Thursdays at 1 o'clock, starting next week. So as Missy mentioned, I'm gonna be having, you guys can get some raffle entries for doing my Whitebird stuff and meeting with me. So again, they're gonna be picked out on July 21st, and we're gonna be giving away pull-up banners, no house signs, gift cards, etc. So you get one raffle entry for doing one or a combination of the following activities. Engage 30 times with contacts in my Whitebird in 30 days, which if you start today, it's July 15th, which is a few days before the party. Meet with me for 30 minutes by July 15th, and hopefully moving forward after that on a regular basis. Attend one of my trainings before July 15th or more. And then you get 2 raffle entries for one of the following activities. Set up 10 unique landing pages and post to your business Facebook. You don't have to boost it. Just post and just screenshot it and send me the proof before the party on July 20th. And then also we have a lot of people that haven't completed the Agent Success Plan. So that's the training sessions that is included in my Whitebird. Just go through it real quick, take you maybe an hour total. And just, I'll give you 2 raffle entries for finishing that. I actually am able to see who has finished. So I'll be able to track that. That's what I'm doing for the party. So this is something that came out, and people have asked me about this. So as of yesterday, so I know when we send out the auto text, it wasn't giving you the people the opt out option, how you can click stop. Now, moving forward, the first time somebody receives an auto text from you, it's going to include that verbiage to say, press stop, respond with the stop to stop, to unsubscribe. So that should be happening. It should be happening now. I'll test it, if it's working or not working. I think it is. So we have a new My Whitebird. When I say new, it's going to look slightly different. It's going to have all of the same capabilities and more. But I just wanted to show you a couple of the things that I'm going to be trained on it today at 3 o'clock. So I'll have more information as the weeks go on. I don't know everything about it yet, but I do have access to what it looks like and how it, all the different features. I just wanted to point out to the dates that you should be aware of. June 10th, which has passed. Missy has access to the toggle switch, and that's where it is in the left-hand corner of the dashboard. June 28th, you guys are going to have access to that toggle switch. You can go back and forth. You can, use it as it is, or you can switch to the new version, so you can kind of get the look and feel and where things are. Some things are slightly in a different place. They're all the same things and more, but things are moved around. So as of July 27th, which is 20th time to learn it, a month and a half from now, that toggle switch will go away. It's going to be completely to the new. So you have some time to kind of go back and forth and see what things are. So July 27th, these dates are all kind of tentative, but hopefully we're shooting for July 27th. So some new things in the new My Whitebird. I have been experiencing it being very slow. So hopefully they're saying that it's going to be new, and so far I agree that it is much quicker to open and whatnot. Sometimes some of the screens take a little bit of extra time. That's hopefully going to get a lot better. It's easier to create filters. Now we can do address labels added there, which is something that we weren't able to do before. There's something in the listing tab, something called matching buyers. I'm looking more into this because I'm not really sure how it works, but it's reverse prospecting. So if you have a listing, it's kind of what the pitch sheet does. It shows you the buyers, but now it actually can send things to the buyers. Again, I don't know exactly how that works yet, but it is there. So now the multi-property squeeze page, if anybody uses squeeze pages before, it kind of did that weird question mark on Facebook. Now that's customizable. So again, I'm going to have more training. And a couple of new things that's in there that we don't have currently is something called a playbook. So playbook is good for the listing agents. So what it is it's going to be a list of things that you can do when you have a new listing. So post on Facebook, do a squeeze page, do a landing page, use core listing machine, whatever, there's gonna be a whole bunch of things that you can like check off. It's gonna be like a checklist. And then there's this thing called ponds, not so much for our office, but it's good for when you're assigning leads for larger teams. So that's gonna be there too. So there's gonna be more. Those are just some of the things I want to call out. Here's what it kind of is gonna look like. So this is your dashboard. I just kind of screenshotted my dashboard. You can see the toggle switch in the left-hand corner there. Again, most of the stuff looks pretty similar. It's kind of in the same order, but there's a couple of new things. There's that playlist in the middle there. Again, that's for listings. There's a couple of things kind of moved around on the dashboard, but for the most part, it does all the same functionality. And then here's what the contact screen is going to look like. So this is definitely a lot different and so much better to me. I love the way this looks because now it's showing where they, on the top there, it's showing in the middle where the person is in their pipeline. So I screenshot my own contact on the Sphere person. And then at the way top, you can see the timeline, the property details, et cetera, it's all on tabs versus on the left-hand side how it is right now. It's so much easier to kind of look at from here. I think it's a little bit more clearer.
So I do know the
Any
reverse
questions?
prospecting, guys, because Ocean Monmouth County has that in their MLS. So anytime a property comes up, so if you have a client that's in the in that MLS, you're sending them, whether it's that you're sending them something, they're on a search alert. Okay, your client's on a search alert in Monmouth Ocean. Any new properties that come up, or any price changes, or they come back on the market, you automatically get an email from that listing agent saying this property is available and this fits your client's criteria, basically. So you can then just send it right over to your client. So that's a great, because I was saying to a lot of agents, I found out from agents that they're going out with their clients on a Saturday or Sunday, they're taking them around showing houses. And while they're in their separate cars driving to their next appointment, their client's getting instantaneous email or alert from Zillow saying a new listing just came up. And so they know before we know. So now they get to the next house and they're like, oh, this house just came up around the corner. Can we go see it? That's sad. That's sad that we don't have the upper hand, right? So that what that agent then does is they put themselves on the same alert as their client. So they're getting the same notifications in real time that their clients are, so that they're not behind. But again, we shouldn't have to be doing that, right? We shouldn't have to be calling someone the minute someone hits the market saying, hi, can I come in your house right now? So it's a really great feature having that. So hopefully that'll work that way. Does anybody have any other questions for Stephanie? So new homes on the market. I know Mara got multiple offers on 7 Trowbridge. I know Joanna had highest and best last night, 5 on Linden. I don't know if Christina's, what's going on with 33 Autumn Court in Roxbury with Christina.
No, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's under
Yeah,
review.
she did multiple offers right before the baby came out, guys, okay?
That was the one that I was submitting.
I love it. 301 Daniel Street in Rockaway Township, 449.5. I'd be surprised if that was still around. Vin has 322 Richard Mine Road in Rockaway, Mountain View Manor, 205,000. 100 Drive in Harding Township, 2.875. Michael just listed this home. It's absolutely gorgeous if you looked at the pictures online. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember, I should say. Yeah. And is this still available, Peter? Oh, it's still available.
2-bedroom, second floor, 2-bedroom, 2 full beds. 8 to 8, 269, back to 7,200.
Not bad, not bad.
Garage.
2 bedroom, 2 bath, 7,200 taxes, 269 maintenance in Wayne, and has a 1-car garage. So that's pretty damn good. So that's on at 349. Anyone else have any new listings coming soon?
Yeah. I have a new listing.
Yes, Dennis, please.
20 Pigeon Hill Road in Powder Mill. And it's a nice new colonial, it's a colonial, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, updated kitchen, really nice, really well kept home. It's on for 639. It's exclusive right now. Probably have the photos later next week sometime.
Exclusive, 639 in Pigeon Hill Road in Powder Mill Colonial, guys. So if you have a client, this is a good opportunity. Great opportunity. Is this the listing presentation you did on Zoom?
Yeah,
Dennis?
yes. Yes.
So guys, remember, if your client does not have the time to even do a buyer's consultation because they're busy, do it on Zoom. They'll take the time to sit there at 8 o'clock at night when their kids are asleep or whatever the case to listen. Take advantage of the fact that you can do things now virtually like that and still get in front of them, and they can still be in the comfort of their home, and you can be wherever you want to be. Anybody else have anything new coming soon?
Yeah, Mark and I have an exclusive listing coming on down in Toms River, New Jersey. It's a ranch with an attached wheelchair accessible apartment to it. So it's a great mother-daughter or father-son. The price, we're not sure yet. Somewhere's between $455 and $475.
I'll take it.
Who wants to move?
Peter wants to know how close the fishing.
You know, I don't know. It's not far from the Ocean County Mall, though.
Dana, I need to know how close to the ocean it is.
I don't know.
She'll give you the address. You can Google it. You can Google map it.
I'll go take a drive-by.
And you were very.
Well, I'm going down there. I'm going down Thursday to meet with them again. It's my sister's house. So I'm going down to meet with them Thursday to see how far they've come to when we could put it on the market. But we will be taking an exclusive listing first. So if anybody has anybody that's looking for a mother-daughter, we'll be happy to show it to them.
Anything down the shore right now, guys, is flying off the market. Flying off the market. You can't keep anything on down there. So.
It's, all I know is it's a great neighborhood. The houses that have been on the market on that block have gone under contract and closed already in a matter of days.
Yep. And how much was it?
It's going to be somewhere between $455 and $475. This is what we're hassling over now. Most people fight over
They're only so much fun, aren't they?
most people fight over the commission, but I have to argue over the pricing right now. Because Zillow said.
Well, Zillow knows best. Zillow knows best.
And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about real estate market right now. That's what I'm getting told. I mean, this is my brother-in-law. I love him dearly, but is he thick-headed? I don't know. He's got a little German blood in him.
Careful. When someone says Virginia Crawford doesn't know what she's doing in real estate, that's like mind-blowing.
I don't know the market.
You don't know the market.
Not at all. And I explained to him why the 455 would be the best place to start. So we haven't figured that out yet. So I'm putting on my boxing gloves for Thursday.
Yes. My money's on you, Virginia, every single time. Every single time.
Well, we shall see.
Yep. Yeah, did you guys know there's a Facebook page called Zillow Gone Wild?
No.
I didn't know. Someone shared it with me last week. They sent me a text with a photo of a house that I know that's like over the top. And I was like looking at it and I was like, Zillow Gone Wild. So I went on and it's like all these outrageous houses. It's really pretty funny. That's why I just thought I'd bring that up. Anybody else?
I have one. I have am I speaking over anybody else?
No, not at all.
No, okay. Hi, everybody. I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath coming on in Wanacue for $350. There's a first floor laundry room. It could use some work and updating, but the kitchen's kind of nice and open to the dining room. There's some hardwood floors, and it's in a great neighborhood, backs up to Parkland. $350.
Nice.
Wanacue. Thanks.
Great. Anybody else have anything new coming on? No? Okay. I wanted to ask you guys a question. The next Wednesday and the 2 Wednesdays after, I have something. So I'm not, and I don't want to, And I don't want to not have office meetings. I think it's very important, especially for a long period of time. So would it be a hardship for everybody but Christina and Cheryl, who will make it no matter what they're doing, to do it on Tuesday morning for next week and then June 29th at all? Okay,
Fine
thank
with
you.
me.
Thank you.
Good for, we're all good for it.
All right, good, thank you. So I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather not, if Virginia says it, you will be here, okay? That's all I have now. Yeah, I don't want to have a lapse of not having it. I just don't think.
So
that's-
wait, so
especially in
it's
the summer.
next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday, and then
At what
Tuesday,
time?
same time, 10 o'clock, and then June 29th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, and it's gonna be Zoom also?
We'll do live and Zoom, yep.
Okay,
And then the week of 4th of July, which is 5th, 6th, 7th, that week we won't have one. That week I'll be away. But that's why I want to keep it consistent.
We could all go down the shore
They always go.
we could all go down the shore to have the meeting at your house down there.
Yes. Yes, you could.
I know Peter would be the first one to get in the car.
Yes. Peter's on his way now because you said that. He just ran out of the door.
Okay, so there's no office meeting the 4th to the 10th that week.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yep.
So we're only talking about June 21st and 28th, that's it.
Correct. June 1st, June 21st and
28th. No, 22nd.
22nd.
Okay, anyone have $1 and a dream? Let's do our raffle. We got a big dollar. We got big money in here. Lonnie, I got your money in here. Don't worry.
Why did Lonnie put so much money in?
Because she cares about the Sunshine Fund. That's what she told me.
Oh, that was
She,
very nice.
she keeps winning the question.
Lonnie put in $10.
She gives me the question. She feels like she's gonna be lucky somewhere.
Missy, is there any way to do the Sunshine Fund if you're only coming on Zoom or no?
I'll send you my credit card. if you-
If anybody has a Venmo, I can Venmo.
I got you covered, Cheryl.
Okay.
Did he put his
Give
cover
me
in?
2 cards. One for you, one for Patty.
Here's Cheryl. With another card. Yeah,
All right.
card.
John, Pat got you covered, Cheryl.
Thanks, John. You're the best.
Anything for a girl from Bloomfield.
You gotta look after his Bloomfield girls.
Absolutely.
I just feel like Virginia should be Bloomfield too.
If you, if you want to, you can put 2 cards in.
I don't have Venmo. I don't know. If anyone here has Venmo or Zelle that would be willing to let them send it to them, we could do that. I'll get someone's Venmo and Zelle and put it on my office meeting.
But it would be.
I have Venmo.
But it would be nice if you, but Carol Polk said it would be nice if you started coming in the office.
As soon as I can not wear a mask, I will come.
She does because she's not vaccinated.
Oh.
Yep.
No excuses. Someone called in for the possible that. No excuses.
All right, Carol's picking. Stephanie's picking.
No,
Eric
no.
Troutman.
Look, it says Cheryl.
Oh, did he do
It
it
says
for
Cheryl.
Cheryl?
Oh, Cheryl.
Yes!
You
Cheryl, Cheryl, Johnny picked for you.
You want Carol to pick for you? Or you want her? to
What was
pick
that?
for you?
Who
Or John to pick for you? Oh, John.
I think John had my back, so I'll pick John.
Wants 10%.
There
John,
we go.
what, no percent. 7% commission. Oh, I'm reading over here.
Pick that joker. We don't know what's going on.
Joker. 10.
Wow, wait a minute. Now, how are we gonna get it? Should put it in a box?
We have $10 here for you, Cheryl.
John, just.
Put it all
I
into the
just took you
fund.
$10.
Cheryl money.
That was the best investment John ever made.
Put it back into the fund, Missy.
Yeah, John has your money. Really.
$10.
John, go have some coffee on me.
No, no way.
All right, guys, thank you. Good seeing you guys. And I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not really nice, is it? Oh, okay.